examiner, of course, would sit in the passenger seat with you. You need to explain the seat itself. Seat is like everything else, secure, no missing nuts and bolts, no cracks or damage. They also like to hear that it is adjusted for me and my height. The doors would be closed at this time. That's a good time to tell them the mirrors are adjusted for me and my height. Also, they need to hear that the mirrors are secured to the bracket. The bracket is secured to the vehicle, and there's no broken glass in any of my mirrors. At this point, we're gonna grab this seat belt, tell them that it's not torn or damaged, or that you would check that it's not torn or damaged, and it does fasten properly. If you like, you can take it right back off. You do not need to have the seat belt on before you pull off. That's all they ask. But you do want to tell them that it fastens and it's not cracked or damaged, or frayed or damaged. Once you do those three items, seat belt, mirrors, that's your cue. You're going to start the vehicle. Anytime you start any of our vehicles, you're going to turn the key to the right, not completely start it. There's a wait to start light at the top. Basically, wait for these yellow lights or orange lights to disappear. Now we can start the vehicle.
Ain't that the safe start?
Yep. What it is like I'm sure you guys heard that click, 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 click. In the wintertime, there's these things called glow plugs. They warm up the truck. If you constantly, it ain't gonna do it right away, but if you constantly start a truck early before you let the glow plugs go away, you're gonna burn them out. They're expensive. It takes a while, but you'd be surprised how many people do it. So you shouldn't do it. Alright, so we started the vehicle. We're going to work our way left to right. I'm going to go ahead and start in this dashboard, getting all my gauges and indicators. First, I'm going to start with the gauges. Gauges are very simple. Just read what they say. Water temperature is reading between 170 and 200. It's not overheating. Oil pressure is reading between 40 and 60. It's gradually rising. Don't worry about RPMs. Don't worry about miles per hour. They don't want to hear it. Fuel, I have just a little under a half a tank. I have plenty of fuel for the test today. Is all they need to hear. Voltage is in the green. Both air gauges, you have two air gauges now. Make sure you say that. They like to hear both air gauges are reading around 100, 120 pounds of pressure. Even if it's not, like right now it's not. It could be at 90, it could be at 60. Just tell them 120. That's what they want to hear. Don't worry, it will get up there if it hasn't already. In-dash indicators, so I did all my gauges. Now I would like to do my indicators. Starting with my left blinker, it does light up, as well as my right blinker. Checking the four-way flashes, yep, they light up on the dashboard, as well as my high beam indicator. All in-dash indicators are functioning in the dashboard as they should. Moving on to my wipers, I'm going to first make sure the arms are secured to the truck. The blades are secured to the arm. The blades are keeping a tight seal to the windshield, and the blades themselves are not dry rotted or damaged. This time I do want to make sure they function. Yes, they do work. Last but not least, washer fluid. I do have washer fluid. That's a big one. A lot of guys, they tell me all the time, wipers are good. You can get no points. Arms secured to the truck, blades secured to the arm. Unfortunately, that's the way they like it. Now that my windshield is clean, I'm going to check the windshield itself, making sure it's secure, no cracks, no chips, and definitely no illegal stickers obstructing my view. Moving back to the steering wheel, I have no more than 2 inches of play, and the horn is working. We go over here to the right. I'm going to listen and feel for my heater and defrost. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to turn this to that right there. That knocks them both out in one shot, and you're going to have to turn this to the heat. Just real quick, give them a little fake feel. Let them know the heater and defrost does work. Hurry up and turn that back off. All right? AC is a luxury. Some people ask this, that's why I'm explaining it. It's not a part of the test. Heat is actual. You need that in the wintertime. That's why they do tests for that. If you're using the automatic, you got to check all the gears individually just to make sure they shift in and out of gear without having any struggle with that or trouble with that. In the manual, disregard this. You're not going to shift the gears. Just don't worry about it. They don't want you to. In the automatic, you do need to check. Checking that all gears are shifting. Yep, reverse. Going through all the remaining gears. Yes, all gears shift just fine. Just real quick. Leaving in low gear. Explain to the examiner I'm leaving in low gear to check both my parking brakes individually to make sure they're both holding. This is a tug test. We need to do this one at a time, with one in, one out, and then vice versa, the other one in, out. You don't got to explain all that to them. I'm just telling you guys that. You're just going to tell them, checking my parking brakes individually to make sure that they both hold. It doesn't matter which one you do first, just know the one you push in is not the one you're checking. You're checking the one that's left out. You're checking the truck right now. Very lightly hit the gas. Very little, you know what I mean? That's it. We're not moving. That brake is holding. We're actually doing it. It's actually a fake because the wheel chalk's in the wheel anyways, but we're showing them the motions that we would take to check the light. So now we have to check the trailer to the same way. Heads up on the trailer. This truck will drag the trailer if you hit it hard, so don't hit it hard. Very lightly. Trailer brakes hold. Both brakes individually have been checked. They're both holding. They want you to do it individually because if you check them with them both out, one could be failing. You'll never know because the other one's holding forward. So you always do one in, one out, one in, another one out. Once you do that tug test, that's what that's called, you need to put the truck back to neutral. Always back to neutral. We've lost a little air. Anytime you're fiddling with any of these brakes, you're going to lose some air. It's normal. It's fine. Build the air back up. Very important. Make sure it's in neutral. Anytime you're building up the air in our vehicles, about 15 RPM. Any lower than that, it's going to take a while. Any higher than that, you're wasting your time. You're over-revving. You know what I mean? Don't over-rev my truck. 15 is good. When you hear that noise, that's a cutoff valve. That's tanks are full. Can't get any more air than that. So listen for that air valve. Alright. Air is completely full. This is the important part. Starting an air brake test. They're very strict with the air brake test. I always explain the examiners. First of all, they're very nice, not to say like they're assholes. They're actually very nice, but they're very strict with the air brake test. You must be spot on 100% with the air brake test or you will fail. The pre-trip, you can actually miss 8 to 10 items of our pre-trip and still pass. As long as it's not a repeat part. You know what I mean? I'm talking about just 8 to 10 regular items. And you can still pass. You don't have to be 100% with the pre-trip, but you do need to be 100% with this air brake test. Now,
what about the brakes? You gotta make sure you got all the brakes on the pot.
Well, you do need to get all the brakes the first time because if you don't do it right the first time, all the rest after that are all messed up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, repeat parts, you really need to make sure you get them right. All right?
Yeah, I'm good.
But with the air brake test, you gotta be spot on, 100%. 3 things you must do. This is how I explain it. If you do these 3 things, you're going to pass the air brake test. The people that fail the air brake test, it's one of these 3 or several of these 3 that messes them up. All right? Number 1, you must cut the engine off. You cannot do the air brake test with the engine running. Number 2, directly after that, you must turn the key back to the on position. We must have electricity in this dashboard. If you don't see this thing light up like a Christmas tree, you're in trouble. They're going to fail you. Third and final thing, this is actually the most common mistake. Most people cut the engine off. Most people turn the key to the on position. What they forget to do is release the brakes. Very important. 3 things you got to do. If you do those 3 things, you're going to pass. I can promise you. Those are the 3 things. The air is going to drop. That's normal. It's called an initial drop. That's why it's very important to have the air completely full because it will drop a little bit. It should stop at 90. For whatever reason, if you look down and see that it's lower than 90, no big deal. You need to tell the examiner, I need to start my truck back up to get more air in here. You could have forgot, you know what I mean, whatever reason it was, we just need more air. We haven't started the test, so it's no problem. In order to start the actual test, you must put your foot firmly on the brake pedal to start a minute hold, but we haven't got there yet. We just explained it to you that in order to actually start the test, you need to put your foot on the brake. You're just not going to be quick to do that. You know what I mean? That's the very last thing you do. Even I always suggest you guys double check. You can touch this as much as you want. Yep, brakes are in, keys on, engine's not running. I'm good to go. There is one last thing I need to do. I need to explain to the examiner what I'm about to do. Explanation is simple. I'm starting an air brake test. I should not lose more than 4 pounds of pressure in 1 minute. That's all they want to hear. Starting an air brake test, shouldn't lose more than 4 pounds of pressure in 1 minute. Could you please time the minute for me? Ask them politely. They will do it. They have a stopwatch around their neck. They have no problem with timing. That's another way you can fail. If you don't, some people like to time themselves. They don't synchronize it correctly. You know, you waited 40 seconds to their 60 or whatever, vice versa, whatever. So don't worry about it. Just ask them. Can you time? They'll say sure. I promise you. Once they do that, double check. And they're on. In order to actually start the test, we must put our foot firmly to the floor. Air is going to drop a little more. That's no problem. That's not a leak. That's just letting out the rest of the air. If they haven't done it, ask them now. Can you start my minute now, please? They'll start it. It will be a full minute. Just sit there, keep your foot on the brake. Do not let it go, or they will fail you. As long as you've asked them to time the minute, just wait for them. You know what I mean? You don't even got to look at our gauge if you don't want to. You're not going to have any leakage. I hope not. Or you're not going to finish that test that day. And that'll be our fault, by the way, just to bring that up. That's not your fault. So you can still pass the test. You know what I mean? Make sure you do what you need to do. Once the minute's up, we're just going to speed past the minute for training purpose. But once the minute's up, they'll tell you, sir, man, the minute's up. Take your foot off, let them know you didn't lose any air, or you can give them the line again. I didn't lose more than 4 pounds in that minute. I'm good to go on that. Now I would like to fan down to approximately 60 pounds of pressure to make sure my emergency lights and buzzers are here. Always talk first. Another thing, some people get pump happy and they haven't told them why. You need to tell them why before it happens. Pumping to 60 for the light and buzzers. There they go. If you never had your key in the on position, that's not going to happen. That's when the light bulb's going to come up and you're going to say, oh shit. And then you're going to say, I'm sorry, sir. It's too late. You should have had that done before the test begins. So make sure this is ready before we start. It's just basically don't put that foot down until you make sure everything's good. Same thing with this next step. Now I would like to fan down to approximately 40 pounds of pressure to engage both of my parking brakes. If you've never pushed them in, how are you going to pop them out with your foot? It's never going to happen. You'll be pumping forever, wondering why these things ain't popping out. And finally they're going to say you failed. And that's it. Just pump until they come out. So don't worry about the number. Just pump until you see them pop out. That's the air brake test. That's it. As small and as simple as that is, you'd be surprised that's what knocks people out. You know what I mean? Nothing.
You know that do the service air brake test?
5 miles an hour, they took that out. Yeah, it's too dangerous. They took that out. They got tired of people just messing up stuff, leaving the wheel chalk in there, and running shit over. They took that out. Yeah, they don't have to do that no more. Air is low, so obviously we're going to start the engine, build the air pressure back up to 120. Listening for my cutoff valve, should activate around 120 pounds of pressure. Again, about 15 RPM, good number. I timed it one day. You don't give it gas at all, it's going to take about 3 minutes, which is fine. If you want to wait 3 minutes, that's no problem. I don't care. If you keep it at 15, the whole time it takes 1 minute. So it takes about 1 full minute to build it up. Whatever you do, all I care about is get at it. That's why the truck saying, stop. Stop killing me.
And they don't care, right?
What's that? People?
Yeah,
They don't give a shit about none of that. That's just me, between me and you, giving you a little inside scoop. They don't care. All they care is eventually you're going to build the air up, I hope. You know what I'm saying? You can't drive without the air being up. There is one final thing. This is actually part of the pre-trip, but we do it very last. We do it right at the end. I like to wait until the noise is out of the way, build this air up so you don't forget about it. Hear your cutoff valve. Once you hear that cutoff valve, ask the examiner politely, sir, ma'am, if you don't mind doing the buddy system with me, popping out, checking my exterior lights while I stay in the cab to function my indicator. So what this does, first of all, I like to explain that's 9 points right there. 9 points. 9 easy points. They do it for you if you ask them to do it. If you don't ask them, they will not do it. They're not there to baby you. They're not going to say, hey, bud, you ain't telling me to go check the lights. They're not going to do that. So it's up to you to bring it to their attention. But they're going to do one or two things. What they'll do is, one, they'll say, sure, I'll check your lights. They'll get out. Of course, your hood needs to be closed. You know what I mean? If you haven't done it already, please do that. You can close the hood at any time, by the way. Doesn't matter when you do it, obviously, as long as you don't drive off with it up. You know what I mean? Is all that is happening. But yeah, first thing is if they do it, they'll get out. Just look for their hand signal. Obviously, left, right, high beam, low beam, 4 ways. Look for them in the mirror. They got to do it all again. Side of the truck, back of the truck, side of the trailer, back of the trailer. Maybe do one of these or one of those before you hit the brake lights. See the brake lights light up. Just to explain to everybody, we've already checked the outside lights that they're secure, proper color, not cracked or damaged, but we haven't checked that they physically light up. You know, that's extra points right there. Or what they'll do, this is the second thing they might do, sir, ma'am, do you mind checking my outside lights? They might say, don't worry about it, you got plenty of points, which is good for you. No matter what, bring it to their attention. You know, I mean, those are extra points you could possibly grab. Again, the examiners are very nice. They might give you hints, don't bank on this, but they might give you hints. They might say, you sure you're done? You sure you want to finish? They're telling you you're about to fail. You know what I'm saying? You need to go look for some other stuff or what have it be. What I would do is start all over. Just bang through it, run through it. And usually what happens is they'll say, you got that one. I got that one. And then they might be quiet. You know what I mean? On the one you might not have said. Keep in mind, you might have named it, you just didn't give them the damn leakage. Or you didn't say secure. You know what I mean? I know it sounds petty, but that's the way they're trained. They need to hear these key words. Make sure you say it with each part. But if that's if you're close. They're helpful if you're close. If you're missing 15 points, ain't gonna help. You know what I mean? I ain't helping this guy. I'll be out here all day. If you're missing a couple, they'll try to get you over that edge. You know what I mean? Because they want you to pass. They truly do. But so just keep that in mind. Like I was telling you guys earlier, this pre-trip is, I'm telling you, this is the most important thing. Driving, even the worst guys, I've had guys you guys are good. You know what I mean? I've had way worse than you. I can get you through the driving. You got plenty of pull-ups. As long as you don't hit a cone, we can fudge that. This pre-trip, we can't fudge it. You know what I mean? And that's what I wanted to explain to you earlier. Some people, they want to come out here and learn the pre-trip. It's not going to happen. We'd have to be out here every day, 8 hours a day.
You gotta train yourself.
Yeah,
in
it's
that.
like something. It's just memorization. You know what I'm saying? It's really. So you just gotta, as often as you can. I understand people work and all that, but as often as you can, please watch that DVD, your phone, whatever. Read it. Some people like to read it. Whatever you do, this is important. You know what I mean? This is probably the most important. If you get past this, you're pretty much downhill from there. You know what I mean? Skills and Road is really hard to fail. You know, it's been done, but it's very hard. Most people pass once they pass the pre-trip. So keep that in mind. If you have any questions at any time, call my uncle. He does work for Prince George's County School Board. So in the mornings, sometimes he can't answer the phone. Leave your name and number. He will call you back. He checks his messages every day. Better yet, if you want to text him, I know he's been texting you guys. Sometimes you can do that on the slide. He might be able to get back a little sooner to you. No matter what you do, you got to let him know who you are. He doesn't save any numbers, texts and all that. He erased text message out because he gets so many. You know, he deals with hundreds of people. You got to realize he doesn't know who you are. So just let him know, hey, this is so-and-so. What's up with tomorrow? Or what, you know what I mean? Let him know who you are so he knows who you're talking to. He's very anal. I'll let you know now. He drives me crazy. Super anal. So I'm sure you know he texted you guys yesterday about today. And any forthcoming class or whatever you guys schedule, he's going to text you the day before to make sure, confirm that you're coming. Please confirm. Because he might, if you don't confirm, he might not send me out there. All right, and then all because somebody just didn't communicate. So keep that in mind. The reason why, you never know. I seriously doubt it, but you never know. You might be the only one that day. You know what I mean? It's real messed up. You made me drive out here, waste my time, waste my gas, when all you have to do is come home and say, fuck off. I got shit to do. You know what I mean? We understand things pop up. You know what I mean? Just let them know. That's all we have. Especially the test date.